Breaking news on your screen right now. Mahmoud Khalil, who has been held in detention for 104 days, is now leaving the detention center in Jena, Louisiana. This is after a judge ordered his release.
I think it's just remarkable. 104 days he has been there. They have been holding him for, I mean, they made up things to keep him there. There he is. He's in the green, I believe. I think he's with his lawyer. We are unsure who the third person is, but after 104 days, Mahmoud Khalil.
Well, he's a symbol of the oppressive nature of this administration in so many ways, and I think what this should say to a lot of Americans is that the system of justice still holds, and that the courts and the judges, as frustrated as we can be sometimes with them, are still getting it right when it comes to individual liberties, and it's going to be a real test. I mean, this is, this administration is going to find another way to push back and to further upset apple carts in our judiciary as well as in our constitutional system. And so tonight, I think we're all very grateful to see him walk out of there. But there's still more that's going to befall this young man. We know that. The administration is not going to go quietly into that good night just because some judge we talked about in the last half hour. So this is from moments ago, his being released. And so, welcome to a little bit more freedom tonight.
It strikes me, Simone, that the administration tried to make the case of Mahmoud Khalil one of national security. And to think about that in contrast to the story that we came in on about the fact that this is a president who has an incredibly complex decision to make about the U.S.'s involvement in the Middle East. And the fact, I mean, I think of you often as someone who has worked in the White House, who knows how these things are messaged. To take something as delicate as the question of Israel-Iran and in public question the credibility of your own head of intelligence. I mean, what message does that send to our allies? What message does that send to our foes?
I mean, privately, people were saying that Tulsi Gabbard was unqualified for the position in the first place. Publicly, some people said that. Now you have the president basically undercutting his own DNI director, but not because I believe he does not think she's qualified to do the job, even though I am someone that knows Tulsi Gabbard and believes she is unqualified for this position, but because he wants information that confirms what it is that he believes to underscore what he wants to do. He has already, according to the Wall Street Journal, this is Mahmoud Khalil speaking right now. Do we have audio?
Over 1,000 people behind me in a place where they shouldn't have been, in that place, in the first place. I hope the next time that I will be in Jena is to actually visit this museum that's a testimony on America's racist policies against immigrants. The hundreds of men who I left behind me shouldn't be there in the first place. The Trump administration are doing their best to dehumanize everyone here. Whether you are a U.S. citizen, an immigrant, or just a person on this land, doesn't mean that you are less of a human. Thank you so much, everyone.
A quick question from The Guardian. So the Trump administration has labelled you a national security threat. They have fought tooth and nail to keep you detained in one of the most renowned and punitive detention centres in the country. Do you have any message for the Trump administration?
Trump and his administration, they chose the wrong person for this. That doesn't mean that there is a right person for this. There is no right person who should be detained for actually protesting a genocide, for protesting their university, Columbia University, that is investing in the genocide of the Palestinian people. So this is my message. I will be able to give more comments at the press conference in New York tomorrow. I really need to catch the flight.
What is the first thing you'll do when you get home tonight?
Just hug my wife and son. That's as simple as that. It's not get back. I did not actually spend time with my son. The only time I spent my son was in a specified 1 hour limit that the government had imposed on us. So that means that now I can actually hug him and Noor, my wife, without looking at the clock. That now it's 59 minutes, and they have to give him back to his mom, and then an ICE officer is coming to escort me out. That what actually means.
What's your message to all other immigrants in this country today?
No one is illegal. No human is illegal. That's the message. The message is justice will prevail, no matter what this administration may try to portraying that immigrants are, whether criminals or any of that, trying to do all of this now. This simply is not true, and just to keep the fight against this administration.
Mahmoud, you spent 3 months inside that detention centre, as you say.
Spent 104 days, so more than 3 months.
Reflecting on that time, has it changed you as a person and your politics as well?
Absolutely. I mean, the moment you enter this facility, your rights leave you behind. So once you enter there, you see a different reality, just a different reality about this country that supposedly champions human rights and liberty and justice. But once you cross literally that door, you see the opposite side of what actually happening on this country under just the eyes of everyone. But I will leave it here. Thank you so much, everyone. And again, I will be able to give more comments in New York, but thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks, Mahmoud.
Mahmoud Khalil released from detention after 104 days, making this case bigger than himself, alluding to the other people he spent time in detention with, reasserting his political views.